Hey there, comic book fans, I'm John Andersen, and I just watched the Season 2 finale of Gotham, and it was pretty good. A little too much setting up for Season 3 for my liking, but don't worry, I'll get into it. But let me address the elephant in the room. Yes, this is a different set, same posters, different location. I moved out of my dorm, I'm back home, and I'm actually moving into my apartment in a couple of weeks, so expect another change of scenery in the next couple of weeks. But, as always guys, if you haven't seen the episode yet, keep in mind I'm going to be going through key plot points from the episode, so here is your spoiler warning. And there it goes. First off, we have Clayface impersonating Jim, which right off the bat I loved how he was overacting, which was very reminiscent of his comic and animated series counterpart, Basil Karlo, who was a failed actor in the Batman mythos. And speaking of Batman mythos, we see the two main villains from this season, one being Nigma interrogating Lucius and Bruce in a very Riddler-esque style, and you have Hugo Strange interrogating Jim with a truth serum to make him seem more intimidating, which was very reminiscent of the Arkham City opening scene, which, as we know, Hugo Strange isn't a very intimidating villain, but given the right circumstances, he could be very intimidating. But after the interrogations, it's clear that our heroes aren't aware of the council that's controlling all of Arkham, which we can assume to be the Court of Owls, who will be the overarching villain for next season. We also see the rise of Fish Mooney, who will be a side villain for Season 3, more of a foil for Penguin than anybody else, I'm assuming. So the woman in charge of the Court of Owls instructs Hugo Strange to shuttle all of his Arkham experiments to their upstate facility and destroy Indian Hill. After Hugo sets a bomb to destroy the facility, he runs into Fish, who has control of his faithful assistant, Miss Peabody, and we see how cowardly Hugo Strange really is when he's not the one pulling the strings. As he's escaping, he recruits Mr. Freeze and Firefly to help him escape, and in a very contrived situation, he has Firefly try to kill Selina, but obviously given her mental state, she wants to protect Selina, and that results in a fire and ice battle of sorts. Which was a really cool idea, but given that it was so random, I couldn't really relish in the battle, and as a result of that, Hugo Strange is caught in the crossfires and presumed dead. But given that he's a major villain in the Batman mythos, it's obvious that he's not going to die. I'll just have to ignore the fact that he was struck by a freeze gun and a flamethrower. Then we have Lucius and Jim shutting down the bomb with 1 second left, which was very cliche, but we have Fish Mooney escaping with the bus of Arkham inmates, and we have a moment where Butch shoots down the bus, which was very reminiscent on when Butch shot Azrael with the bazooka, which I loved how over the top that was, but I feel like they were trying to emulate that same feeling, and I think it was too soon with the same character and didn't have the same effect. Finally, we have Jim trying to reconcile with Lee, so I don't expect to see him for the first couple of episodes for Season 3. We have all these Arkham inmates being released onto Gotham, and once again, Bruce is obsessed with finding who killed his parents. So that's my thoughts on the Season 2 finale of Gotham. Let me know down in the comments what you guys thought of the season finale. And as always, if you guys like this video, be sure to share and subscribe. Follow me on Facebook at John Ryan Andersen, or on Instagram and Twitter at The Comic Look. And remember guys, as always, comics do deserve a second look.